Hello, it's Jon Binnie here. I'm your spiritual psychic mentor here in Scotland, and it's an honor today to take you through a beautiful practice to help you learn how to predict and feel into, with your intuition, with your body and all aspects of you, to feel into the earthquakes, volcanoes, and weather events that are happening. So if you ever wondered how animals and other living beings are able to predict, they often, you'll see birds flying away or animals fleeing from areas that they sense that there's a risk of an earthquake or volcano, for example, then this is something that you can learn how to do yourself. Now, I'll be creating a safe space for us, and I'll also be connecting with Mother Gaia, the soul of Mother Earth. I will also bring in my spirit guides, who I'll introduce each one as I work with them. And I'll also be working with Patch, my little papillon here, is busy digging up a rug beneath me. Working with Patch. He's trying to play my guitar. Patch, please leave my guitar. And then also I work with some of my spirit guides are members of the Galactic Federation, and also the sun and the moon, and a couple of archangels that I work with as well too. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a safe space, and then we can get to work. So happy Monday, the 18th of August to you. Let's get started with a safe space. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out what no longer serves, your highest good, nice and loud. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light through the top of your head, up through the sky, up through the stars, to the highest frequency, dimension you can imagine, and there connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of the source of love. Connect into source and remain connected, and extend your light cord through the stars, through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light downwards through the root of your spine and deep into the earth, all the way down through the layers of the planet until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. Send so much love to Gaia at this time, and allow her to send her love back. Remain connected to Gaia's heart, and extend your light cord back up, through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine, and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, expand out your golden bubble of protective light to surround you about 2 meters out to each side, above and below, in front and behind, and set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good, love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into your safe space, invite in your spirit guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. We ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, protection, and assistance with the integration of today's messages and practices. And also through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around all of us, engaging with this video across space and time whenever we watch it, setting the intention that only energies and entities, with our permission, with our highest good and our love and compassion for all, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And I invite in my spirit guides, my higher self, my ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia, Soul, the soul of the sun, and Luna, the soul of the moon, And we ask at this time for their assistance in any upcoming events that we need to be aware of through the next 3 months, and also to help us connect more deeply with the earth to understand more about what is happening, what is about to happen, and to help us predict when earthquakes, volcanoes, weather events, any events that may affect us or our loved ones are about to happen. And if there's anything that we can do to assist in the releasing of required energies and the smoothing and the minimal disruption and prevention of loss of life. Okay. It's a big ask. I do feel we're in safe hands. So let's first of all bring ourselves back to our bodies, and we're going to connect more deeply with Mother Earth. And right now I've got my hands laid down by my side, so right down by my side. And if you're lying down or even walking, perhaps just open up the palms of your hands. And bringing awareness from the center of your heart and that golden light at the center of your heart, extending a cord of light gently down through your solar plexus, over the sternum, down through sacral chakra, the navel, and then down to root chakra, the base of your spine, and extend that cord of light deep into the earth. And I'd like you to go deep, just as deep as it feels right for you. We're all different. And set the intention to connect deeply into earth, into an area beneath the surface, the vast body of planet Earth that allows you to feel connected and rooted. And from your hands now, expand out your nervous system, so all of your nerve endings for all organs, all aspects of your body come out they terminate, they end at the end of your fingers and your hands, and all the way down at the soles of your feet also, your toes. And imagine now your nervous system, all those beautiful, tingling, little happy nerves that are reflexes known in reflexology, allow them to reach out. Imagine them growing out, your nervous system growing energetically out of your hands and down into the earth, just as gentle roots of a tree grow deeply through your hands and feet now, deep into the earth. And we set the intention to connect in with the nearest ley line, this nervous system of Mother Gaia. And through this nervous system, this energetic grid of Mother Earth, her meridians, her chakras are constantly flowing with energy. And so allow your nervous system, your energy body, your root chakra to connect deeply into the earth and locate the nearest ley line to you. Even the term may be new to you, and yet your soul lightly knows and remembers exactly what this is like. Many of us have done this in previous lives here on Earth and on other planets. There is a flow of energy beneath you. I'd like you to imagine a river now, a river flowing beneath the ground. It can be any direction. It can flow with any speed. It can flow with rainbow colors. This river that flows beneath you is, when it's in its happy, joyous state, constantly, gently, and yet fluidly flowing with energy. Begin to reach down and locate the nearest ley line. Some of us will be located to the very meridians, the broader and larger in volume ley lines that run and help connect many of the vital aspects and areas of the planet to the chakras of Mother Earth. And some of us will be on closer to some of the smaller offshoots, the branches of ley lines. And they're all equal. They're all just as important as each other, just as our bodies have equal importance of all aspects of us. I encourage you to begin to feel the flow and direction of the nearest ley line. And begin to feel that flowing river. Now, some of our ley lines may be stuck and blocked, or moving very slowly and still. Some are flowing in both ways. And some you may sense a darkness, a toxin, a poison that flows through or even dominates the ley line. And so I invite you just to, for now, accept that you are safe within your protective bubble and that you're simply observing at this point the energy that flows through the ley line. And for me, my ley line is flowing from left to right beneath me, and it curves off behind me to the right and works its way up north. Allow your direction of flow. Allow you to feel what exists beneath you. And ask Mother Gaia now to step forwards to assist each of us in connecting with ley lines where it's safe for us to do so, where we offer and give our consent, and to set the intention to assist us in connecting with the ley lines to be able to receive their energy and understanding and communicate with them, to support predictions of upcoming events, and to, most importantly, help us re-attune, to recommune with planet Earth and Mother Gaia. And I'd like to ask Mother Gaia to step into me at this time to support this. Children of the Earth, welcome home. Your soul has been craving this your whole life. You were born like this, born connected to the earth. Your little baby feet, as soon as they could walk, were ready to kiss the very surface of planet Earth, my skin. And now, I invite you once more to recommune, to reattune with me. For all of the living things on Earth that are born on Earth have this gift. If you're not born on Earth on this lifetime, you may experience more difficulty in attempting today's practice. I reach down from the center of my heart, the heart of Gaia. I extend a cord of light from my heart all the way up towards yours. This is a mother and child relationship, a giving and receiving. All I ask of you to receive is to gently open your feet, all those energy points, the nerves, the reflexes on your feet, to gently open and to receive my energy, to commune with me, to receive my love. I do not ask permission to in any way affect you other than sharing my love at this time. And as you allow your heart to soften and open, to feel safe once more, remembering in the early hours and days of this lifetime, you felt so attuned with the earth. Even in the womb, you were excited about coming into this reality to greet the physicality of planet Earth, the density, to be reborn into a new life. This rebirth is happening to you. It's happening to all of us again. We're allowing ourselves to open up, to be birthed from a world of chaos and fear and pain, and suffering, we're allowing ourselves to release just as we birth this new planet together, this new earth together. Feel now in the feet of you. Feel now in the hands of you, and feel especially in the heart of you, your connection deep into the earth. As Jon says, the ley lines that flow beneath you. These are my blood vessels, my veins, my meridians. This is where my life force flows. And planet Earth is a collection of all living things. All life on Earth is connected with the planet. We're all in unity as one home. Let us remember this. Let us celebrate this. Let us come back to our hearts, come back to the planet. Let us ask now, from these beautiful ley lines that flow beneath us, what is your feeling, the most dominant emotion at this time? Some of you will feel the answer as a vibration. Some of you will hear ringing in your ears as confirmation. Some of you will hear the answer as a word. Some of you will experience and perceive the colors, the smell, the touch. Open up your heart and allow your heart to answer. What is the most dominant emotion in the ley line beneath me at this time? Where there are areas across the world where I am ready at some point in the future to release, you will feel low vibrations, deep, dark, just as you feel in the pit of your belly and your stomach when you feel fear, anxiety, anger, pain, and frustration. As they rise up from shame, for I, as a planet, have been ashamed many times for the burden I carry of the human race and all those beings that affect the human race. As I am lifting up out of these shameful emotions, feel the sliding scale of emotions. It is one spectrum with a sliding scale. And imagine that the higher the frequency of these lower vibration emotions raise up, they too raise up from beneath the ground up to the surface. This is part also of my transmutation process. For when we release anger and rage beneath the earth, this fire, this magma, this lava, we rise, we roar, we release this beautiful energy up into the sky and up into the clouds. The plumes of energy released. And with this release, we make space for the choice of love once more, of calm, of forgiveness, of wholeness. This is why magma and lava burn so hot and melt the very rock beneath our feet. So pay attention now to the frequency of the ley line beneath you. You can trace out this ley line north to south, east to west, every direction. And you can also set the intention for the radius of which you observe. 10 miles, 100 miles, 1,000 miles. You may even choose to connect with another area of the world that's not just local to you. Perhaps perhaps start locally where you are. And just allow yourself to read and receive the energy, the frequency of the ley line beneath you. Perhaps you'd also like to bring awareness to any building up emotions, anything getting ready to release, anything about to pop up at the surface. For often in the days prior to the release of this energy, I begin to shake, my body quiver, my skin begin to crack, and then eventually this energy will release. And as it releases, I begin to calm and settle again. Sometimes that roar will last for days or weeks, especially through my volcanoes. I channel the energy from across multiple areas and multiple ley lines to feed the energy of these releases. I take and make the most of any of these releases so that as much rage and anger can be released as possible. The origins of this anger are from within your heart, which we will come on to in a moment. So feel this. Allow your sensitivity to be aware of the energy beneath you, the ley lines, the flow of energy beneath the earth, the chakras, the meridians, the nervous system, the very life blood, the magma and lava that flows throughout planet Earth. Allow this to be sensed and received by you once more. So next time you ground, next time you walk barefoot on the grass, sand, the earth, the water, you're touching my skin, just as if you're to hug a loved one. And just as when you hug a loved one, you have a sense in your heart of how they are feeling in that moment when you embrace. Especially when you hug, you notice your heart's touch. And this is important because you help feel how each other are feeling. You too can do this with me. The hug with me is when your skin touches my skin. Or if you're unable to walk on the ground or stand on the ground, it's when your heart reaches down through the base of your spine, hands and feet, and beneath the earth, from within your home or wherever you are. And let us now also bring attention to how we can help release this energy that is pent up, to smoothly and calmly release. As you hear Jon roar, it is not painful for him. In fact, it is highly enjoyable. It is a relaxing of the vocal folds. It is a allowing of opening up and to allow a direct connection from the heart all the way up to the surface. The greater the resistance, the greater Jon tightens his throat, the harder and more painful it becomes. So the more he relaxes, the more easier and the less damage there is. This so is true for the earth. This is never about suppression. It is only dangerous to suppress energy and to block energy. And so the opposite is true. To be able to release in joy and in love requires freedom and flowing openness and relaxation and safety. So perhaps now, join me as you connect once more from your heart, deep through the root of your spine, through your hands and feet, and deep into the earth, and begin to scan down to the nearest ley line to you. And as you connect in with that ley line, where it's safe to do so, where you feel happy to do so, perhaps you'll ask one of your spirit guides to help guide you to the answer to this. Once you connect in with the ley line, check for any blockages, anything that's stuck. It's okay to have a broad frequency range of emotion, from deep, dark shame up to the highest vibration, unity, consciousness. That whole spectrum and everything in between is absolutely valid, just as your own emotions are valid. Let us never deny any of the spectrum of our planet or of ourselves. And now, as you sense the frequency, the collective awareness of all living things across this planet, as you bring an understanding and connection, reach in with your hands, reach in to the ley line beneath you, and gather up any blockages, any blocked boulders, stones, these deep, dark, dense energies that aren't flowing and that are ready to be released. Pick them up with your hands. And with your left hand, pass them to Archangel Michael to return to source or never return again, please. And again, scoop out that ley line of anything that no longer serves your highest good, perhaps imagining your hand is now giant, the hand of a giant reaching through, sifting out anything that doesn't serve your highest good and unblocking the pipe of this ley line. And with your left hand, return this density to source or never return here again. And perhaps you'd like to join me in a roar as well as we help blast energy, love energy through the center of these ley lines to help them flow freely and to release energy without resistance, to minimize the destruction and mayhem and loss of life on Earth. Please join me now as we roar deep into our ley lines and release this energy. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Rah! Once more. Rah! Once more. Rah! Well done. And now to the surface, where you can feel in the coming days, hours, minutes, that there may be a release of this energy. First of all, imagine the very skin of the earth sweating, a releasing of steam, of hot water, this fluid releasing up from the skin of the earth, whether it's deep beneath the oceans or whether it's beneath the land, gently rising up, gently and safely, allowing that energy from the ley line to surface at the right place for it. Finding its way to the surface in areas that are unpopulated or least populated by any living thing on Earth, and gently releasing this above the ground, rising up into the atmosphere, transmuting from this deep, dark rage and anger into these high vibration love energies. Wonderful. And for those deep, dark feelings that feel that they need much more mass, they need much more volume to release, for the earthquakes that may result because of this energy and their effect on the tectonic plates and across the world, allow this energy from beneath you to make its way gently to the surface and begin to gently shake. A gentle shake for longer is much safer for all living things. So allow this wobbling energy, allow these tremors to gently release. Just as you shake your hands, shake your fists in anger, you can do this too, shaking your hands and releasing this energy, and perhaps a gentle growl. Ah. Well done. Allowing that energy to release into the atmosphere, to be transmuted to higher vibration emotions. And now, through the ley line, even bigger and deeper and more wounded emotions that need to rise up to the surface, to rise up to the very surface of the planet, that require a more major earthquake or a release of a volcano or both. Allow this energy to gently build up. And as it's building, there's this feeling of the energy building. All living things are easily pre-warned. The humans, from the children to the elderly and everyone in between, will feel this energy in their dreams, their meditations, their day-to-day lives. They will feel it in their bones that this event is coming. And ask these people and all living things to be aware of when this is about to happen. Often 3 days or so before the event, these energies will begin to rise up. And so this is to help make space. Just as a spot will form on human skin, it is also a feeling beneath the surface of tenderness and of irritation, preparing to release the emotion. This process is true for the body of humans. Allow this energy now to release safely to the surface, concentrated in the areas where only destruction will serve the highest good of all, and safely release without destruction or minimizing harm to any living thing. Allow this energy to build up now, building up, imagining all of the living things in the area being forewarned with plenty of time to gently move out of the area during this change, and allow this energy now to release with a nice big roar. Please join me. 1, 2, 3. Roar. 2, 2, 3. Roar. 3, 2, 3. Roar. Allowing that energy to release up to the skin of the earth and up into the atmosphere, and then releasing up from the atmosphere and up into space, releasing, transmuting, and calming eventually. And we bring love. We invite love now that we've stopped the shaking and releasing. We invite back into our hearts and back into the ley lines, the very blood and veins of Mother Earth. We invite in love. Whenever we witness these releases, just as we see a loved one shouting and screaming with their anger and rage, once they are done venting and releasing, we're coming back with their permission to give them a big hug with our love. Imagine yourself now wrapping the arms of your heart around the whole planet Earth. And as you do, you're holding this planet in your heart, in your arms, and every living thing. And repeat after me. I love you. I invite in unconditional love. I'm sorry. Thank you. I release you. And we tell our hearts, and we tell the heart of planet Earth, and the hearts of every living thing across this world that consents and chooses to listen, that this is all a cycle. All of what has been suppressed shall be released, and it is being released at this time. And we bravely face this purging of anger. And the message we have for all those that choose to try and suppress us against our free will: know that there is nothing you can do to stop this, and you know it, because love has already won. And we are relearning, re-remembering. We came back to this planet to find ourselves once more, to remember our soul's superpowers, our awareness of how not just to read this planet, to also help heal it and help rid itself of anything that no longer serves the highest good of all. Hear this message and be forewarned. For it is not the volcanoes that you need to fear. It is nothing to fear once you receive love. And just asking Mother Gaia to step outside of me. Thank you, Mother Gaia. I'm just asking if there's anything we need to do to tidy up. And she's saying, yes, please do. As we're still connected down into our ley lines and beneath the earth, you can let go now when it feels right for you. And just bring, if you're choosing to let go of your connection to the ley line at this time, you can reconnect at any time. Just encourage you to imagine, to visualize, or to listen to the releasing of your nervous system, your root cord connection into the ley lines, to release them back up, to return fully back to your body, no longer extended, and just to step away now from that ley line. And to send so much love, and thanking all beings that supported us in this task. Thank you. And please stay at the end, to the end of the video, where we'll also be doing some tidy up and closing the space down as well. Okay, let me get some water. That was epic. Thank you, Gaia. Okay, I'd like to do. That was like I'm about to move on to some of your questions. I was just so powerful, and I must admit, I was hoping towards the end that it was a mix more of Jon and Gaia as I was channeling her, and yet only when I fully came out of it, as always. Do I always say this after every channeling? It's like, I thought I was conscious. I thought I was in control. And it was really the being I was channeling. So yeah, it was wonderful to come back. And, always practice discernment when you don't need to believe people when they're channeling, right? I don't feel it's important to have a belief. It's more of a knowing and a feeling. And I hope that you feel when I'm channeling the shift in my energy, that I'm shifting to receive another being, and that it's that energy of that being and me feel authentic and I hope the vast majority of the time joyous and happy and loving and unconditional love. And it's because it's really important. We practice this when we're receiving such important instruction and guidance and messages from others, to not just believe the words or the fancy setup they have or the number of followers they have on a channel, or other people that say they're amazing or not, or your friends that say they're amazing or not. It's all about the feeling. And so if something feels a bit off, and that includes me, right? If when I'm talking or when I'm channeling, if my energy doesn't feel right for you, then I'm sure you'll find someone else that does match your energy. And or you'll come back to me at a time when your energy is more aligned with mine, and vice versa. So yeah, just encouraging your heart discernment. And I often practice, if I've watched a video, I watched one briefly this morning, and just the energy was just really weird. It didn't really line up with what the person was saying, and I found it confusing and a bit discombobulating. So I just put my hand on my heart and said, "Heart, what is the energy of this person's content?" And it was a distorted energy, and so that helped me say, okay, I don't need to judge other people. I'll just allow that to be something that I'll not connect with, or maybe I'll check in with them in another 6 months and see if they've managed to work through that or not. Never listening to someone, someone's explanation of how they're feeling. It's all about our feelings. And what I love about today's practice, sorry, this feels like a big debrief from chatting with Gaia. What I love about today's practice is that we're being encouraged to feel our loved one, planet Earth, as a loved one, feel the emotions of her and no longer see her as a giant rock. And I know many of you that are watching don't see our planet as just a giant rock. She's so much more. And, just like we don't see our pets, our loved ones, as just flesh and bones, we see them as living souls. And I feel that we have this innate ability to feel into the emotions of our loved ones. We know fine well how they feel, no matter how much they try to hide it from us and how much we try to deny it within ourselves. So what a beautiful practice to, a lot of what we've heard today really resonates those themes across all aspects of our lives. Okay, you can tell I'm looking down a bit. I'm looking down at some questions. So let me take a look at some of your questions. Let's do a couple of these. So as always, going to make the beep boop sound or peep boop. It's quite hard because Patch's ear is right next to the pedal. Let's try this. I'm just going to scroll. Okay, here we go. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep. Okay, sorry, Patch. Oh, I missed his ear. It's good. Okay. It's a new one from. Hang on, this is from today. All right, it's from 12:51 a.m. UK time, and it's from Ilda7739. Hi, Jon. Hi. Thanks for your question. I remain an avid. Why am I doing it? Oh, Jon, laughing at myself. I'm laughing at myself. Okay, sorry, back to this. Hi, Jon. I remain an avid follower of your channel. Woohoo! Thank you. Question: if there is already a new 5D Earth and we are all eventually ascending, why is Mother Gaia and the Sun activating this massive cleansing process on the 3D Earth? Will the third dimensional Earth also ascend and become one, the 5D Earth, or will it remain a 3D planet but without malevolent forces? Or could there be another yet to be determined outcome for 3D Earth? Thank you so much. Okay, fantastic question. Thank you. And I'm let me see, I'm really tempted to try and answer myself first. Let me see if I can ask one of my spirit guides, because we've not heard from one of them today yet. Let's see. Oh, my Lyran guide, Emanchal, is coming forwards. He's reminding me that in a past life that we shared together in Lyra, that he was my father and teacher, and he's showing me some of the teachings that he would teach me. It's funny because he doesn't have hands, right? He has paws, and he's got I just see this white like chalk. It keeps showing me a chalkboard, and he's drawing with a claw. He's drawing little diagrams. I think he's also suggesting I should get something here. So let me see what Emanchal has to say. So he first says, I'm so tempted to channel him, but I've just spent ages channeling Gaia. So maybe next time, Emanchal, thank you. So he says, first of all, humans and Mother Earth, or the human body and planet Earth, are both bodies, and these principles, if you like, of dimensions and ascension, they apply to everything. Okay. So the first thing he'd like to share is that Mother Earth is stretched at this time. So she's stretched across. So the planet Earth right now exists in third dimension. Please, no jokes. Third dimension, fourth dimension, and then fifth dimension. So imagine if this was visually a stretched out, if you took the planet and stretched out to a kind of cylinder-like shape. That's what Mother Earth is doing right now. Now, this is a pretty unique superpower of Mother Earth. This is also why there's so much interest in across the universe of this right now, of witnessing a planet currently stretched across 3 dimensions, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and even a little bit up into 6th. Oh, John. Okay, so that's the first aspect. And he's showing me that I'm moving on to the question now, which is the part which is why all the purging, right? So, and this is really beautiful. The purging is the same as our shadow work when we face our fears. So there has to be a release of low vibration energy to allow the beings, in particular you and I, the release of our collective and individual low vibration energy, shame, anger, fear. These energies have to be released. Why? Why does it have to be released? Why do we have to have this purging of energies? Is because we, the living things, cannot rise up. So imagine this cylinder now of 3rd dimension, 4th dimension and 5th dimension becoming more like a lift or elevator, as called in the US. And so that if you don't leave your baggage at level 3, then, and you don't release that energy, there's not enough space in the elevator for you to get in and go up to level 4 and level 5, up to the 4th and 5th dimensions. And it's the dimensions themselves are layers, like an ogre, like onions. They are layers of frequencies, and they're ranges of frequencies, right? Almost like the tiles behind me. 1, 2, 3. I love that you can't see the top as well, the top of the 5th dimension. And so you could say this layer, for example, the 3rd dimension is the fear, shame, pain, trauma. And then up here is more the happiness and joy and fun. And then up here is up to gratitude, unity, consciousness, and a whole range of amazing, beautiful, ascended, happy states. And so these ranges, if you like, mean that you and I, so that the whole purging process is for you and I, is to get rid of all this low vibration so that you and I can rise up. And then let me also ask about the split, if you like, or what will happen medium and longer term. And Gaia says that not everyone is choosing to ascend. And this is so important. Don't know what that means with my hands. So important. It's so important because free will is at the very core of where we've both gone wrong in the planet and all the things we do against each other's free will, and then also what's going right. So now that we are remembering that free will is important, it's a universal right for us all. It is, the chaos of the universe is driven by our free will and our consciousness and the execution of that free will. We all get to choose whether we ascend or not. It is not something that you don't need to wake up tomorrow morning and write a little note to yourself and say, "Dear John, I'm going to ascend today." You can, by all means. It's more of a decision first about your vibration. So if you feel in fear, anxiety, shame, pain, it is a decision to be in that vibration. Now, it's easy for me to tell you this, right? It's easy for me, if you're feeling in a really low vibration state at the moment, a very unhappy place, it's very easy for me to say, that's your decision. But it never feels like that when you're in that moment. And I, although you see me super happy the vast majority of the time, because that's my natural state, and I'm getting happier every day, I still do exorcism work and negative entity removal work for clients. And in those days after, when I recover from a session, I go really low. because I've gone down to meet my client at those vibrations, and it is deep and dark, and it is like living. It's like a living hell for the recovery time. Excuse me. And I have I'm gifted at least with a conscious awareness of it's going to get better. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to recover myself. But I've been there in times in my life where it doesn't feel like a choice. I've had very dark experiences in my life, and that I wouldn't wish upon anyone. And in those times, it doesn't feel like a choice. So I just want to acknowledge that. It's easy to say these things, but I just want to acknowledge the human reality of how it feels. Okay. So those that choose to ascend, those that choose to face their fears, their shadows, to feel them, to identify them, to share them with others, to allow that energy to come up and be released and no longer suppressed. You're on your journey to ascension, right? You're on your way up. And let me ask about the split. Is there a split? Will it happen? Will it still happen, Gaia? She says, yes, it's inevitable. She can't sustain. She said this was always a big part of her superpower. Is she's saying a little bit like a gift and a curse. It's a gift that you can stretch yourself across multiple dimensions at once. But it also feels, she said, it feels a little bit like a curse because she knows she can't hold it forever. And so at some point, the split has to happen. And so her idea is, this is why the purge is quite aggressive, right? It was very aggressive, is to try and get as much of this deep, dark anger and rage, which is a reflection of what's in our hearts, released out into the atmosphere, released up out into space, to begin that transmutation, the alchemy of that energy, and to allow it all to be seen, to all the lies and deceit and corruption and enslavement that we see, and slavery across this world, to allow it to be seen, to be felt, and to released. Humanity needs to purge. Wow, we've got some deep, dark baggage. We're never going to fit together in the into the elevator to get up to the 4th and 5th floor unless we purge so much of this darkness. Now, Gaia says that there is a point where she will feel that she's done her very best, and she has to look after herself and her own survival, and that's pretty hard considering what us humans do to her already without the ascension going on. And she says that there's a tipping point where she feels that enough people have got up to 4th and then 5th dimensions, so that she can then just let go and allow these versions of Earth to separate out. And you can imagine them separating almost like stairs. So she's showing me, 3rd, it's almost aligned with my blocks, 3rd, 4th, 5th, like a diagonal. And so she says they're not really connected, but some beings will still be able to traverse between them. And she's saying, lightly, I'll be able to do it. And she said some others, I've met quite a few clients, that it's their role to go back and help bring people back across. I keep seeing the rainbow bridge to come across from 3rd to 4th to 5th. And I can only imagine the sales pitch, be like, hey, are you living hell on earth? Why not come up to higher vibrations? Have you heard of heaven? It's like that, but better. It's real. And you get to bring your body, but don't bring your electronics because they won't work up there. I don't know if they will or won't, but I thought that was really fascinating. And yeah, will the 3D planet remain? Yes, it will. It does get the 3D Earth. She says it naturally becomes deeper and darker, mainly because when the separation happens between 3rd, 4th, and 5th, or 3rd and 5D Earth in particular, when the split fully happens, she says that at the moment there's an overlap. So there's an overlap right now. I can be super happy. Hi, I'm Jon Binnie, and I'm living my dream life. And I can be literally right next door. I can live right next door to someone that's really unhappy. And then we can have a very different vibration, a 3rd dimensional unhappiness and a fifth dimensional, high vibration happiness. And so the differential between us can still coexist between different people, even in the same room, different people living in different houses, different cities, streets, countries, all these bubbles of the vibrations that we have, that we create around us, at the moment can coexist on the same planet. That will no longer be the case when the split happens. And so what will happen is that shift will mean that the higher vibration people and their energies will rise up, and they'll begin to fade out, become more ghost-like, because that's what ghosts are. They're in the fourth dimension, and then become brighter lights, perhaps more like lights in the sky that I've been busy filming at night, up into the fifth dimension. And so these higher vibration aspects will effectively be leaving the third dimension, and the third dimension will be left to do what it wants. And it's really, without ever giving up on humanity, right? Because, we all need a lot of love and support. The important thing to remember is that some souls have chosen this path of deep, dark suffering that you witness around the world. And yet what I personally witness, I would never choose for a soul. I'd never say, hey soul, you should sign up for this really horrible lifetime because that looks awful. Think how much you're going to grow through it. Souls have made a choice, sometimes highly self-sacrificial choices, to come to Earth and to experience this. And so if you ever wonder why I'm not okay with what's going on around the world, I do accept that at least some of it has been chosen by souls. I still feel the vast majority that we witness, especially the atrocities that we witness across the world, are against people's free will. And so what will happen is through the split, that some people that choose to still be in a fear, a world of fear and anxiety and pain and suffering, they'll choose to stay there. And you might be wondering, why would anyone choose that? Some souls will benefit greatly from that, just as you and I lightly have gained through our own deep, dark experiences in this life. And I know it's a big theme for my clients, is that, especially those that have come from, different planets, and they made their way all the way down to Earth, descended down here to Earth through different descension steps. As you come down here to Earth, you often experience deep, dark, horrible traumas in your life. And your soul had signed up for these, or at least the kind of rough awareness of them, to help you grow, to help you integrate with this third dimension, to be of it, and to help yourself and help others raise their vibrations and raise up on their ascension journey. And as I said earlier in a different video where I described, it's a driving video where I described much more about 3D and 5D Earth. So please do check that out. It was the first time I was driving with my Osmo Pocket 3 camera. Take a look at that. It goes into much more detail about the dimensions themselves, but I thought this was really, really important to share. Well, we're up on time, so thank you so much. Thank you, Ilda7739. Love your sevens, and of course all the other numbers. So I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, and every soul that's participated in today's session, and encouraging us all to remain in our individual protective bubbles as you step outside of the shared session space, as I close it down and return to Source, or never return here again. I still have really loud ringing in my ears, which is really lovely just now. Thank you. And as I close the session space, I saw in my third eye a really beautiful purple indigo color, which is just really lovely to see. So thank you. And I hope that today's video, at very least logically, starts to make a little bit more sense, because these are tough concepts for us. Certainly if you're, a Western human like me who our civilization forgot this a long time ago, right? Hundreds of years ago. And yet back when we were pagans and Picts here in Scotland, we were, lightly, we knew all this. Lightly, we even knew that these guys, us, would be incarnating here, would make a bit of a mess and then begin to tidy it up and help save ourselves and save the planet. So thank you so much for participating in today's video. You can repeat it as often as you choose. Please do check out my website, my free meditations, the 14-day Spirit Guide Meditation Challenge. Please do submit your questions. It's lovely to receive them. Book me for a session. I have a training course coming up. The Higher Self Foundational Training kicks off in October. We have had more people signing up, so there's not many spaces left. 4 or maybe 5 spaces left. So feel free to sign up for that. It is a paid course to help you get started in building the foundations of your new higher self and bringing it into this life. Bring all aspects of you into this life. And if you made it to the end, why not share this message, which is, my heart is helping the heart of planet Earth safely release anger. My heart is helping the heart of planet Earth safely release anger. And there it is. Time for one last roar. Roar! So much fun. I hope this video finds you well, and sending so much love from Patch and I, who's at my feet right now here in Scotland. Take care, everyone. Love you. Bye.